So what I want to do today is take a look at the dynamic trader trades for the 2nd of March, and my word, these markets continue to pick up huge volatile moves on the Dow, and well, it's all about the coronavirus. Obviously, it's all about what the Fed's going to do. You know, over the weekend we were talking about, or they were talking about, potential intervention, maybe a 50 basis point cut might be coming through. All of these things, intervention from Japan, are creating some wild moves on these markets. Now, in terms of end of day trading, swing traders, position traders, you got to be stepping back a little bit and then looking at the bigger picture. You got to be stepping back, or you got to be looking at those shorter time frames, because that's where an obscene amount of action is actually taking place. And I'm going to go through the trades from the 2nd of March. I'm going to focus on the main trades. We do have continuation trades as well, but I'm not going to focus on those for today. Just the main trades. There's about 5 or 6 trades from the 2nd of March that I want to go through. And just to be really clear on this, there were some huge moves that we missed out on. In fact, the big buy into the close was a monstrous rally, and we weren't on it, which is really annoying. But you know what? You're not going to be on every move. It's not realistic to think that you are. What you got to do is pick your fights. You know, you got to pick your battles. You got to, you know, trade according to where the probabilities are. And you know what? Sometimes there's a big move on a low probability move, but it's fine. It's okay. We move on to the next high probability one, don't we? And that's the way that we've got to remember with our trading. We're not trading out of desperation. We're not trading out of revenge. We're not trading out of fear of missing out or greed or hope. We're focusing on probabilities, we're focusing on logic, statistics, facts, and so on, that's going to help us be profitable. Now, starting off with a trade right just before the open. So open 2:30 UK time for the US. I like to start looking at the markets from around sort of 2ish, and we had a buy at just a few minutes before 2. Fantastic buying opportunity. And what I'm going to do, I think the markets are a bit different at the moment. Normally in these videos we'll talk about a 30-point target for new traders and then running according to the arrows. You can still do that, but we're talking about big, quite wild moves at the moment. I want to focus on opportunity. How much did the market actually move before the stop out on the arrows there? Well, if we have a look at these moves, like this one here from, say, there was the buy. Why was it a buy there? Because it's in an uptrend. Sorry, in the open of this bar, my apologies. It's because we're in an uptrend, okay? We've got the arrow that's outside anyway, so it's outside. We're expecting an explosive move, so we're going to take that trade whether it's with or against the trend. We're going to be buying in the top section of the band here. We're going to be shorting in the bottom section of the band. We are riding momentum. I am not going to try and buy cheap, and I'm not going to try and sell expensive. I'm going to buy expensive and I'm going to sell cheap. Why? Because those are relative terms. If you're thinking that's expensive here, well, look how much the market carried on going. And in fact, after that buying opportunity on the open of the 1354 bar, that was a 370 point rally until the stop out. So, you know, that's a massive move, and there's significant amount of opportunity that we can get on. So whilst we're buying high, we're looking to sell higher. It's about momentum. If you're trying to buy just because it's cheap, then the only problem with that is that you're going to get hammered, because sometimes the market's going to keep on going down and down and down, and it's going to take you to the cleaner. So we've got to find momentum. We've got to ride momentum. And we had another crack at it here on the open of this bar too. Close this bar, open of this bar, 238 bar there, and that led to a 140 point fall. And whilst it was a bit smelly for a while, it did carry on and move on really nicely. Maybe a slightly scratch trade if you're running according to the arrow, but plenty of opportunity once again once this market really started to move. 140 points, this one moved in our favor before the market then gave us the stop out. We then moved to 1316 and we had a buy on the open of this bar. Why is that a buy? Okay, let's get into the details of this. Top section of the price channel, okay, that's crucial. We're outside of this channel here with the arrow there. And what that means is we're looking for an explosive move. So I'm just going to go in as soon as we get into here. I'm not worried about the direction of the trend, this middle line, because I'm looking for an explosive move. I've got that area of context to say, hey, it's looking like an explosive one, therefore we can be a bit more aggressive, okay? So we'll talk about this with other trades in a second. The point being, we're looking for a confluence of indicators. Explosive move, momentum with us in the top section of the channel, and also, You see these green lines here? Well, they're simply that. They are green. They're suggesting upward movement, upward momentum. So there was the buy on the open of this bar here at 255.46, whatever it may be, to that order. And again, a bit of a smelly pullback to begin with, but it doesn't take out our stop arrows. And look how they start to chase up as the market then eventually rallies, and rallies huge, about a 300-point move higher until the stop out according to that arrow there, 257.49. Worst case scenario, it's a 200-point profit. Best case scenario, there's a little bit of extra fat on there to pick up more profits as well. Small pullbacks on the market. We did get a continuation away there, but I'm not going to focus on that in today's video. I'm going to fast forward right through to the next trade. It was at 17.34. And that was another buy on the open of this bar here. Again, explosive move. Top section of the price channel, green and green here. That's when we're looking to buy. And this one again puts in a decent move. If you trail according to the arrow, it's a small profit of around about 50 points or so. But there was over 100 points of positive movement before we got that stop out. Again, worst case scenario is still a really big profit for us. Moving on through to 7.02, this was a loss-making trade, and there was a buy here basically on the close of this bar, the open of this bar. It's a small loss, to be fair. The market, yes, it did move a little bit, but you know, 50-60 points in this market, not really going to be enough. I know some of our more tighter traders that have moved their stop really tight once we got into a 50-point profit, but worst case, you're down to the arrow there. It's a small loss of around 60 points there on that basis. And that then leads us through to the final trade for the day, which was on the close of this candlestick. And when we're inside the channel with these arrows, we need the bottom section, not just the bottom half, the very bottom quadrant, if you like, for this channel. That's when it happens on the close of this bar. We've got the downtrend with the orange line. We've got the downtrend with the red lines. We've got the arrow pointing down. All roads are leading to lower prices. And from there, the market then led to a 200-point fall as well. So the point about all this is that there are some fantastic trades in amongst us. We're not going to get on every move. Let me give you an example of that. I mean, we had, you know, here a possible buy, but the problem with it is because we're inside the channel here, I need my trends to be up. So when we close in the top section, if the trend is down, I don't have a buy. When we closed in this top section, the trend was down, I can't take it. It just doesn't meet the rules. And do you know what? You look back on this trade and it is a massive pain, but it just wasn't a trade for me, and that's okay. You don't have to be in every move. And whilst we were not in this absolute kahuna, do you know what? There were some fantastic moves that we have been in. So wow, what a move. You win some, you lose some, but it was a fantastic day's trading otherwise, and plenty of opportunity, at least 1,000 points of opportunity available. You're not going to catch them all, but my word, there's opportunity to catch a very, very healthy chunk of them right now. So the markets are moving, everybody. If you want to see more, if you'd like to find out more about us, then what you need to do is get in touch, okay? You need to go to our website, www.trend-signal.com, and you look in the notes section below this YouTube video, and you'll find out more about how you can get involved and participate with Trend Signal as well. But otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you want to participate and get involved, please get in touch. Put some comments in YouTube as well. I would love to hear what you think of it all too. All the best, guys, and stay safe with your trading.
If you would like more information about trading the right way, Trend Signal is giving you the opportunity to see and hear about its services live at a free online seminar. Take a look at the Trend Signal website for the latest events and to book your free place.